Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Speedborn. Hello, hello. How you doing? Since when you play chess? I've been playing for a while, yeah. But I started to stream like 2 years ago. It's been almost 2 years, yeah. And I've been taking it more seriously since then. I mean, what I mean by seriously is that I've been playing like sort of consistently. But yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Um, so we have a check on e6, g7. Let me check again. Why? Go here. Queen 6 and queen d7. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. There's a check. I guess we take here. Hmm. I guess we take the rook, but I'm not sure. Maybe king h2. There's gotta be a difference between bishop takes and king h2. What's the difference? Oh, I had to take the rook because he has queen b8. Yeah. Bishop because of queen g8, b8. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Okay, so check. Takes. Very sharp. Okay. I have rook f6, h5, check. Oh, that's checkmate, isn't it? Yeah, I guess he can't go anywhere. Okay, check. Maybe this one. Check. Goes there. I have Knight check. This knight. Yeah, I think it's rook e2. And then these knights should be good enough to give a checkmate, right? So, here. There. I like this check. Is it checkmate? Yeah, it is. Alright, so this one. I guess it's double check, right? And then we win the queen. Yeah, I think it's double check. Alright, so it takes. It's gonna think here, maybe. It's gonna give a check. Queen takes is possible, and then queen. Rook ga. Which is sort of dangerous. If he plays rook ga, I go king h3. Go king h4. King h3. Queen h1, and I lose. So after rook ga, what do we play? So we take the knight, rook ga, maybe king f2. King f2. We should be fine after king f2. He has a check on d4. What do we do after the check on d4? Maybe we go to f1. King f1, maybe? Something like that. King e8. Rook e8. What? Again, it's on g3, so I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, what's the name of the website you use for training? This is chess.com. We're playing Puzzle Rush. He's in Czech, exactly. I'm in Czech chat, so we need to deal with this. I think that the best move is probably taking this knight. But then we have to do something about rook ga. I was looking at this. Like king f2 makes sort of... It makes sense to me. But it could also be this one. Now, that move has a problem, though. Does it have a problem? I mean, there are no more checks if I play king f3. He can play queen f1. Queen f1, rook f2. It looks sort of good, but then he goes queen d1. On the other hand, if I play king f2, he has a check on d4. Alright, let's just take the knight, because it's hard to visualize the entire sequence. So yeah, rook ga, and then we had to have a look at these two ideas. I think that I prefer king f2. What do you think? Check the king with the queen. Oh, so most of you didn't see that I was in check. So yeah, the knight on f5 is giving me a check. So we have to do something first about the check. And then we can calculate a winning attack. Right? So queen g5 doesn't work because he takes with check. And then you'll be losing. Your rook is also hanging. So you gotta be careful where you go. I was looking at... Patrick, thank you for the follow. I was looking at king f3. I sort of like it. He only has one check, and then I can block like this. But then he goes to d1. And after queen d1, I don't know, I think I find myself repeating moves. So, if I play king f2 on the other hand, he has a check on d4.
Chris Fione.
And then what I like, it's king f1. King f1. And then he gets a check on d1, and we can block with the rook. So the rook stays active, defending the king, and there are no more checks for black.
DAM.
So I prefer king f2. Hey, thank you so much for the follows. Will,
human.
as well as Cranes and Day 7. Thank you guys. What about king c7? How's that a move? King f2.
Kali friends.
It has to be king f2. Okay, it wasn't. Damn.
Eric Homogenes.
I wonder what's the problem with king f2. Is it... Wow.
Napple.
Yeah, it's Thank you, Napple. Thank you for the follow. Caddy. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for the follow, Caddy. I like king f2 as well. It was a blunder. I don't even know why. Let's have a look. It made so much sense in my head. Is there a rook sack maybe or something? that we miss. So yeah, check takes rook g8, king f2. It's winning, but it's not as crushing. It's not as good as king f3. So king f3. What about queen f1? Rook f2, and then queen d1. Queen d1. And then you play, oh, the cold-blooded king e3. And here you're just claiming that you're fine, right? Give this check. 96. And yeah, you can't really touch me. I mean, there are a bunch of checks. A bunch of checks, though. Like here, here. And then queen d1, I guess. But the thing is that you're never losing. Okay, that was a tricky one. That was a tricky puzzle. Because there's nothing wrong with king f2. It's just not... It's still winning, of course. But it's not as great. Because after this, if I go king f1, there is a problem. And it's... He simply takes the knight. Which I completely forgot about. He's gonna take the knight and claim that this is a draw. And it is a draw. Because my king is very exposed. I do have an extra pawn. But it doesn't matter since the king is so exposed. Ugh. It was like a 50-50, honestly, yeah. Do you run to f7? No, it's just that you lose the knight. And then he has this as well. I mean, it's not that big of a problem. But he does have initiative here, right? Okay, a bit annoying that we got a difficult puzzle so early. Okay, so 36. Let's continue. Let's just continue. What's your rating? It's like 1200. I feel like a 1200 today. Okay. So we do have a check and we can take the knight. That's all I can see for now. It makes sense to play it. It's very straightforward. I'm just gonna go for it because after queen d1, yeah, we just take the knight and we go from there. We're gonna be up a minor. And we're defending c6, so yeah. Does he have a discovered attack? I don't think so. He's just castles now. There's still a problem here because he wants to get, the engine wants me to keep playing. Maybe e5 it's also on the menu. e5, f3, queen f5. Are you winning, son? Oh, it's just trading queens. Well, we can simply take and then we take the bishop. And there you go. Okay. Rapid? Both. Today I feel like a 1200 in rapid and blitz. Okay, so rook h4. Rook h4, king g5, queen in d8. Makes sense to me. This and this. I feel like it's checkmate, right? Yeah, it is checkmate, yeah. Let's just play it. Queen e6, king h8, and then does bishop g7 work? Takes rook f7. It looks very promising to play this, and after here we go here. He takes. Maybe there's something simpler than that. Now let me see. Maybe we just play rook f7 or maybe queen f7. Queen f7, rook g8 though. That's sort of a problem, rook g8. So how do we fix that problem? So maybe queen f7 is just not working. Alright, but queen e6 is quite logical. Let's just play it. Am I missing something? What about queen c4? Is that a difference? Is there a difference here? No, I think queen e6 is just closer to the action, right? So maybe queen e6 is just better for that matter. I just don't see it so clearly. Queen e6, then queen e5. Queen e6, then queen e5. He blocks with the bishop. He has bishop f6. And then I can play takes. I'll be up a minor. I guess that we play that endgame, right? Being up a minor. We have equal amount of pawns. Maybe there is no checkmate because of the bishop on the e7. So we just play up a minor. No checkmate. Yeah, he can go queen. You can go queen d4 and win a pawn. No. No, he doesn't have it because we're gonna play queen takes. Queen takes f6. So we're gonna give it this check and then the queen has to move away. I think it's a winning endgame, so we should play. There is no checkmate then. I don't think there is a checkmate now. Yeah, because the diagonal is very well protected. I mean, not very well protected, but protected enough to avoid the checkmate. So queen e6, queen e5, and then we just take. And yeah, I mean, there is no check on d4. Okay. So we have b3. King goes here. And then I have a3. So he takes the pawn on a3. And then rook a1 should be checkmate. Yeah. Looks very simple. Am I missing something? I'm double checking. It feels okay. I'm just playing b3 and then a3. Yeah, the checkmate is on a4. Alright, so I don't have queen f3, but I do have queen e4. Should I be concerned about the checks? He doesn't have any. If we play this, it's gonna go f3, and then we go this. We have this check, king h2. And after king h2, I could take the rook, but he takes my bishop. So after f3, maybe we gotta be more accurate. Instead of... Yeah, instead of taking the rook or giving a check, we play queen e2. Queen e2, it feels unstoppable mate on g2, right? Yeah, let's just go queen e4. And after f3, queen e2. No checks. And then we just take the queen, because that's the only move he had. Alright, so knight takes comes to mind. But it does very little, it seems. He's just gonna play bishop or pawn takes. Has two options. Not convinced. What about e5? E5. He has the intermediate move though. We can take on g6. And then this piece is sort of hanging, right? But it's only an x-ray. Like we exploit it in a very specific way. So if I take the knight, bishop takes, we blunder a piece, right? No, but if I go e5 in that variation, bro's gonna take on g6 first. So it doesn't work. How do we make it work? e5?
Jana.
Knight takes e6. Knight takes e6. I could take this bishop. But what am I saying there? Like, my queen would be hanging. I had to take with the queen. After queen takes. The knight on c6 still can be safe, right? It can be safe. You can just drop back. Or maybe take on e5. Nah. I don't know. Queen e4. Oh, you're talking about the previous puzzle, right? Take first the bishop. Of course. Yes, we take the bishop. We expose the queen. And then we have e5, right? By the way. We play e5 immediately. Does he have a check? No, he doesn't. Yeah, we just take the bishop first. Queen takes. But wait. Is there a problem with... No, it isn't. It isn't a problem because if he plays knight takes first... Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we expose the queen. And then we play e5. And now it's going to be up a minor, right? Good. Alright, so we have a check. We can win the queen. By the way, thank you for the follow. Who was it? Jana, thank you. Take the bishop before. Bishop take, then pawn push. Exactly. Yeah. Take the bishop. What about this one? We just go h4 immediately. Rook h4 wins the queen. Is it winning?
Benja Campino.
Benja, thank you for the follow. Or Benja, I don't know. Probably it's Benja. Okay, so h4. Rook h4 check. The king goes elsewhere. And we simply play... Oh, I don't know. I guess we just go... Wait a second. I forgot to add something. There we go. Maybe I should put this elsewhere then. I'm gonna put this one down. And... The puzzle score, I guess it's okay right there. Okay, so... Rook h4, right? Rook h4. And then we just push. We should be faster. We should be faster. Okay, so if I go here, do I have to score the pawn? So this one, I might have to play king h4 as well. I'm not so sure. But yeah, of course this. Yeah, he is on time to stop me, right? I go here, 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 and I lose. So I had to play king h4 then. King h4, king h2. Sorry. Oh, wait. So he's obviously pushing as well. So if I go here, he's gonna get the king closer. And then I go h3. And he plays king f1, king h2. So yeah, we had to push. Now king h3.
Vicente Soto.
And then king h2. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, Vicente. If he pushes you, you push. If he moves king, you move king. Yeah, that's a very good way to see it, right? Very simple and correct. Right, so we have a check on g7, which seems to be winning. If he goes up, we take the rook. And if he goes down, it feels like there is a checkmate on. Well, you can go to c5. We play it like this. But still very promising. So queen g7. If he goes e6, I win. If he goes up, maybe you can play maybe this move. I could take the rook. And then knight f8 is a thing. No, knight f8 is not possible. The knight would be pinned. So it's completely winning. So queen g7. And I guess this is the critical line when he goes d6. I take, and then king c5. Do I have a rook check? It doesn't feel that it's playable. Just the queen is gonna take. But this, king d6, maybe king d8 as well is a move. But then I take the rook. And I might as well take the other one too. So it's probably losing. So let's see where he goes. Yeah, of course he goes d6. So we take, and then king c5. And from there, what do we do from there? I guess we have a check on c7. Because if it takes the bishop, I can play queen b7. And then I'll be taking the queen. So the bishop cannot be taken. So yeah, that's good to know. Right, so we have this check on c7. And then where does the king go? The king can go to here. But if he goes there, we have a check on c4 and we win. That's checkmate. So queen c7 seems very promising now. Queen c7. And where do you go? Where do you go, my love? I can play queen b7 also. Let's just see where he goes. Oh, he takes the bishop. Okay. Right, so we can take the bishop for free. But is it free? It is a check, so it feels correct to play it. It feels correct. How do you make it so that it shows how good your move was after you do it? Because it is a puzzle. It's for you to study. So yeah, in this puzzles, there is only one possible solution. And yeah, they will tell you when it is correct. How do you draw the arrows? Oh, you can just use your mouse for it, right? I mean, it's not possible for you to do it when you are on your phone. But if you're playing on a browser, you should be able with the mouse. Just click the right. Yeah, I think it's the right click. Check the queen. What? No, I guess I take on f4. I mean, that's the move that makes sense to me. Let's just double calculate. What happens after I take? So the king can go here. Well, king f3 is sort of crazy. Yeah, that king f3 is just running to checkmate with queen g4. So he's not going to go f3. He's going to play king f1. He goes king f1. We have a checkmate there. No, but we can take the bishop. And if it is not checkmate, it's winning a bunch of material. So now, that's not a move also. So this is not available. This is not available. Wait, maybe king f1 is still available. And because I have a check on
Elijah.
All right, let's see where he goes, so we don't go crazy with the lines. All right, so he plays king d2. This one we didn't see this one. Thank you for the follow, Elijah. Take the bishop and then skewer. A skewer where? No, I guess we gotta find a way to win some material without losing that much material. Like, if I take on g2, it's probably losing. Because he has a check on c6. This check on c6 is annoying. He will hit the knight and the rook at the same time. So taking the bishop is probably incorrect. I do have a check on e4, but after bishop takes, queen takes, the knight is hanging. And it feels like equal material. And if not, white's a little bit better. Because the queen is very active on b6. So we gotta find something that keeps the advantage for black. We do have an extra binder. So how do we capitalize on it? Yeah, I'm not so sure on what to play. I was looking at rook c8, or maybe queen takes as a possibility. Just take on c4, I guess. Still very hard to determine. I mean, if I take on c4, he takes the knight, and we do have an extra tempo to come up with something that I don't see for the moment. This check is just not there. I could take on f4, maybe. Maybe that's what we do. We take on f4. Do you see it? Horse check, bishop takes, you take, he takes, you take the rook. Alright, so yeah, the queen is actually doing a great job protecting this diagonal from this horrible check, right? So maybe knight a4 is not that crazy. Bishop takes, queen takes, and if he takes the knight, we take the rook. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like very much about it is rook e1. Rook e1, because now this is an open file. Should I be concerned about that? King f7. He still doesn't have a check on b7, so we should be fine. Because the queen is protecting this still. He has a check on c7, but then bishop e7, and I'm chilling, right? Yeah, I'm overthinking this a bit. f3 is annoying too. Oh yeah, f3, it's annoying, you're totally right. You can go f3, and then we can take on c4. And then he takes the knight. And then we take on f4 check. We have 2 pawns for the minor piece. But, are you winning, son?
Jack of Peace.
But he gets made if he plays f3 because we have queen. He can't play f3 and take the knight at the same time. So you either take the knight and you survive, or you play f3 and I have queen d3, and that runs into checkmate. I'm quite certain that I'll find a checkmate there. All right, so let's go for this line. Fuck. What did we miss? Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of hope chess, right, to play it. Pawn d5. Let's have a look. This wasn't a difficult puzzle again. So yeah, we're blundering like the 1200s that we are. So king e2, knight takes there, and then we just take. Wow, the move that I didn't even consider because it felt wrong. Because it just goes here, right? Check, but king f7, and bro has 0 time to do anything. Like if he takes the rook, for example, it's -4 after knight, -5 after knight e4 check, king d3, and then we have knight f2, right? Is it knight f2? Yeah, knight takes f2. Okay. Yeah, not even close to get it correct. No one said this. No one mentioned that this was a possible idea. Just taking on g2, which is great. I like that when people are wrong. Oh, g2 take. Yeah, Nope said it. Yeah, Nope. Take the bishop. Nope is probably cheating. Okay, let's continue. I'm glad that I didn't read that. Because then I'll be thinking, there's no way. Oh, we still have another attempt, right? Yeah, the run is not over yet. Alright, so we have check. King here, we take the queen. He does take my rook, so we should take the rook first. Yeah. So here, we take the rook first, and then we take the queen. Yeah. Someone said it earlier. Yeah, but usually when they say things like that and they don't explain, it's because they are cheating. Okay, so we have rook check, g2, h3, king g3, knight f5, g4, or maybe f4. Can I change the order? Do I have time to change the order? No, because this blunders the knight. What about king f7? He takes the knight. But wait, if he takes the knight, rook g8, king f1, check again, rook e1. I have nothing there. Nah. No. Taking on g2 was my original plan, but I thought it covered it with the king. That's why I said skew. Oh. h4 and rook check. Well, the pawn is already on h4. So what do you mean? h3. Oh, so you want me to play h3 right now? It is threatening checkmate, right? Unless... Oh. Yeah. h3 simply threatening checkmate. Not so easy to stop. He has to play something like rook e1. And after rook e1, we have nothing. That's the problem. If he plays rook e1, we have nothing. Move your rook to g8. What for? Yeah, it's rook e1 though. Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem with h3. Rook e1, and then he's gonna cover even with the bishop now on f1. So push p, c1, rook c1, h3, king g2, then take the rook. What? So rook c1, king g2, h3, and then we have knight f5, I guess. Knight f5, king g4, rook h4. He takes the knight, maybe. I don't see the check. Ah, wait. Wait. I have seen something. I think we can win the rook. I saw a line where we win the rook, but is that good enough? So yeah, we played this check. And then we have h3. And then we can play f5. The king goes down. Or no, actually now the check and we win the rook without sacrificing the knight. Yeah, obviously. Okay. That was the idea. Alright, so do I have time to take on g2? We take on g2 and then we pray. Mating 2? So easy? You're talking about this puzzle or the previous one? Queen g4. Ah, this puzzle, right? Queen g4 looks very, very good, right? Is there something that white can do? It feels like a no. Queen g4, g3, queen h3. But that's a mating 3. Melvin, you don't know how to count. Take it, it's correct. No, I don't think it's correct. I think that queen g4 is just crushing. And then queen h3 and mate. And that's a mating 3. Bro doesn't know how to count. Okay. Let's go rook e5. Yeah, rook e5 is probably mate, right? Rook e5, king f8, queen d8, king g7. I don't have queen f6 though. Maybe not so simple. Okay, so we're missing something clearly then. Maybe it's not rook e5. Maybe it's queen e5. Queen e5, here, check, here, or maybe there. But I don't see the mate. Where's the mate? So yeah, queen e5 doesn't seem to be working. Oh wait, we take the rook. That's the idea, probably, right? We just take the rook. And then he has bishop f8, but well, it depends on where he goes. If he goes there, he doesn't have bishop f8. And that's winning, it's just checkmate. So queen e5 seems to be correct. Queen e5, king f8, check. King g7, no. But queen e5, king f8, queen takes h8. That's mate. Yeah, we go for it. No, we'll have to continue. Alright, so we have some crazy moves, I get. Okay. I was looking at sacrificing everything on f7, but not convinced. Mating 2, bro. Okay, bro. Jesus, I can't even calculate. And chat is just roasting my ass all the time. It's like, bro, how can you not see the mate? I'm seeing it. I'm just trying to check, double check, so we don't get it wrong. We only have one more go, and then we're done. So yeah, we'll try. We're just trying to be careful and not lose the run. Chilean, yes, I'm Chilean. Believe it or not. All right, so rook takes g7. How about that? It's always rook takes g7. So takes, king takes, rook g1. I like rook g1. Isn't this just winning? All right, let's have a look. So rook takes g7, king takes. Because if he doesn't, I have a checkmate on h7. So king takes his force. And I like that already. And then maybe we have rook g1. And where do you go? My love. Alright, so he can go to f6. Maybe if he goes to f6, we have a problem. If the king goes to f6, what do we do?
Big ear cheese.
Biggie, thank you for the follow. Rook g7, king takes, rook f7. Oh! That is such a good idea. Damn, bro is a GM. Yeah, that's a very good idea. Who said that?
Answer.
Juanito, thank you for the follow, as well as... Is that a...
Posnax.
I'm sorry, thank you for the follow. Posnax, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. B2, go to B3. What? No, but rook f7 is diabolical. Whoever said that is a
Rapago.
very strong player. I mentioned up all notations, just sacrifice them.
Sandra DeLucia.
yeah, it's just rook there. The rook there, and then the rook there, and then check, and then knight there. Oh my god. How many elo? It's like 1200. I'm 500. I saw that. Very good, very good. Yeah, I mean, most of us are 500. Okay, so what do we do here? What do we have? We have knight h3, king f1, and we resign. I mean, we can go to h1 and take the rook. Is that good enough? Probably no. There's gotta be something else that we're missing. I don't have this check though. Maybe knight e2. He forces king f1. But how am I winning there? Are you winning, son? No, you're not. Bro, it's just not winning. How do I get better at spotting these checkmates in chats? Well, it's all about pattern recognition. You have to do puzzles. You have to do them more often. And then you'll get used to see them in your games, right? To see them in your games. You have to practice here. And hopefully... after you see them in your games, you'll blunder it a couple of times, you'll miss them a couple of times, and then eventually there's going to be 1 out of 10 games where you find them, right? And when you find them, you can say, hey, maybe I can find it again in the next game. But probably you won't. Probably you'll miss it again. But that's how it is with chess. The more you do them, the more you can internalize those patterns, and probably maybe, just maybe, you might be able to play them in your games. Mating 3. Show me how, because I don't really see it. We have knight h3, king f1, and then I resign. I don't see the mate. I'm trying to comment notations, but it says light settings won't allow it. Exactly. Yes, because we don't want any spoilers. No, I have nothing to do with that. That's a TikTok thing. Knight h3, king f1. Okay, king f1, queen h1, king e2. Wait, let me read that again. King e2, and then knight f4 mate. Oh, it is actually mate. Damn, bro. It was right there. Right there. Well, it's always right there and we don't get to see it, right? But yeah, you're correct. The knight just goes back to where it was. Very clever. Very, very clever. Was that a mate in 3? I guess it was, right? Knight h3. Yeah, it was a mate in 3. Good. Nice. Alright, so what do we do next? Are we cooked right here? It feels like we're cooked. Nah. Probably no. Rook takes and then knight takes and then bishop takes. And then
We're jamming jam.
we simply push or something, right? You don't trust your instincts. No, actually, I maybe trust them too much. that's my problem when I play chess. Trade rooks and then push b3. Yeah, the problem is knight f6, so I guess we have to take the pawn on e5 first. Sorry, on e4, and then we push p. That's the way I see it. Because then he plays knight f6, and then the pawn is going to be guarded. How are you supposed to stop the pawn? Or maybe it's just push. I don't know. It could be. Maybe you're right. Let's have a look. So rook takes, knight takes. So I was looking at this now, so we can stop this pawn, you know? Or at least sack the bishop for it. And then we promote. But sometimes, like my instinct are saying that it doesn't matter. We just push and we promote first. And then we'll be on time to stop this one. So probably bishop takes somehow, in some way, is a mistake. So we go b3, I guess. That is my instinct. So we don't take the pawn. I'm not going to calculate. I'm going to trust my instinct, just to show you. Yeah. Nice. And then we just promote, we check, and we stop the pawn like that, right? Okay. Yeah, but I do that in games too often, and sometimes taking the pawn was the best move. Right? And it's like, damn it, bro, I should have calculated that. So yeah, you get a little bit of both things when you play chess. Sometimes your instincts are on point, and sometimes they're simply a blunder. Alright, so bishop e4 is what my instincts are saying here. But let's calculate. Let's just not leave it there. So bishop e4 looks correct. But what about the other moves, such as... No, there's nothing else, it feels. I feel like there's nothing else. I mean, queen b5 doesn't work. Yeah, I play bishop e4. Bishop e3, you say? Let's have a look at bishop e3. Bishop e3. Bishop e3 is also interesting. He does have c4. He plays c4 and then it's not that fun anymore. Because he plays c4 and then I can't really take it back. Because if I take, he can play queen takes and then queen... Yeah, so it doesn't work. So it's got to be bishop e4. Bishop e3, c4, exactly, that's the problem. So we're going to go... yeah, we're going to go bishop e4 instead. And he's offering a queen trade. Should I take it? Should I take the queen trade? I also have this now. But it only works if the queens are in the game. Nah, I guess we simply take on b7. But we should simplify first. Probably. We simplify first. And then we're going to be up a rook. Yeah. We're going to take the queen. And then we take on b7. Oh, yeah. Take queen, then take on b7. Exactly. You simplify first and then you do your thing, right? Okay. Yeah, I was looking at d5 as well, but it's just not necessary. And maybe it's probably okay for black too. I don't think it works. What am I from? I'm from Chile. I'm from South America. Yeah. Unfortunately. Nah, I like my Nazi country. Okay. Take queen. Bishop takes g6. And then he takes my queen. And then what do we do? Oh, I take the bishop. And then he takes the rook. And then I take... And that's a little bit better for black, right? Arguably a little bit better for black. Takes, takes. And then takes. And then takes. Yeah, right? Queen g5? No, I mean, just gonna take it back. With your queen, right? Is it true about women in South America? What exactly? I'll tell you, yeah, I'll be very honest about it. Wait, no. Choose queen d7. Oh, that's such a good find. Exactly, the queen's traps. We just go queen d7 and we don't have to go for those crazy trades. Yes, I agree. Queen d7 is simply better. Just take the queen and you get the bishop. No, so that's why you gotta take a moment and see moves such as queen d7, right? Because queen d7 just winning the, it's just winning the queen without you losing yours. Because that queen on g6 was actually trapped. It was trapped. It was a trap queen. Right, so we have rook f8. And then knight f3. Well, knight f3 loses the queen, so he doesn't have knight f3. He has to defend the rook with the queen, right? And that's a problem. And maybe the queen can be overloaded somehow. We need to find how to do it. Alright, but rook f8 has to be correct. The first move. Rook f8, queen e2, or maybe queen f1. No, queen e2 because he has to protect the knight. So queen e2, sorry, queen e2 or queen e1. Oh, it's important to have that clear. So he has two options. He can go here or here. Probably queen e2 is a little bit better for white, so he can play rook f1 if necessary. Then how do we proceed there? Ah, we take everything and then... Yes, I found it. All right, so rook f8. Rook f8. And then we take everything, chat. No! We take with the queen! Ah, but come on. That was super stupid because we found it already, which is blundering in a very stupid way. We found the tactic. You just play queen takes f2 because it is a bit more forcing. But I guess that... Bro, like rook takes is still winning. But yeah, queen f2 is obviously better. Which is obviously better, right? You take with the queen. Because it's check and then you're threatening... I don't know. So here, if I take with the rook, how do you... taking with the rook, it's a bit inferior because of knight b3. And then, surprisingly enough, taking here is not available. Because the knight is hitting the queen. So you have to go with rook takes g2, which is exposing the king. But at the same time, you're now simply down a minor. So you have to, you're still winning if you find queen h5, which is the only move to stay in the game as black. If you play anything else, you're losing. Like, for example, queen g5, and white can equalize this game with king h1. And now the game is equal. I don't even understand much, but obviously it's probably because he has an extra minor. So, queen g5 doesn't do it, so you had to find this move. But if you play this line, it's because you're very dumb. Because in reality, what you're supposed to do here is just take it with the queen. You take with the queen, and then takes. And I was about to do this, because it's... The knight is unprotected, and then you just take the bishop also. But I got the move order incorrectly. I mean, you take with the queen, obviously. Stupid. Okay. Yeah, there is no discover check because the knight b3 move is hitting the queen, so it doesn't work. Okay. Let's move on. I think I'm going to play some blitz now. Or rapid. What do you prefer, chat? I'll leave it up to you like always. What do we play? Blitz or rapid? What do you think? Or we might as well try another run. Another puzzle run. So those are the three options. Rapid, blitz, or another puzzle run. 5-minute games? Alright, that would be blitz. Blitz, pero hablo en español. No quiero. Shlame ahora. Alright, so let's play blitz then. Let me close this then. Blitz it is. I'm surprised that you prefer blitz. I think that most streamers on TikTok, they usually play rapid. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, I don't mind. I'm asking because I don't really care. Alright. Right, so is this French? No, it's the... Oh, it's the stupid... what's it called? It's like a variation of the cow opening. Damn, bro. I feel disrespected. Alright, let's just see what he does. Yeah, he has to go there, obviously. I like this move. Uh-huh. He's wasting time doing this. It's not the ideal setup. Maybe I sort of blundered a bit. Let's see what he does.
Simon asks.
Thank you for the follow, Simon. I play the cow. I'm sorry, Joshua. I mean, I guess it's still manageable to play it, but it's not a good opening.
Arzomanidis.
Queen a5. I think it's a good try.
Losed.
Simply pinning. Yeah, he's sort of being annoying.
Ron Yarconi.
But we have to kick the knight out. Thank you for the follow, Arson, as well as Losed and Ron. Appreciate it. Boncloud is the best opening for a white. You think so?
Connor Williams.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting outplayed with a cow. I'm getting outplayed with a cow. Yes, because she's not hitting e5. Oh no. Call an ambulance.
Amarudo Chufa.
I had to play Queen e2. I didn't want to play this move, but I have to. And now, bro is just putting a bunch of pressure on my beautiful pawn on e5. So we're not gonna defend it anymore. I just can't defend it anymore. So what I'll do instead is to play
Karen.
short castle, so we can get the pieces out. She's still being very, very annoying with those moves and ideas. I had to play c4. Another move that I don't want to play. But he's forcing my hand. I didn't see bishop a6. God damn it, bro. Okay, c4 now. I hate it. I don't like c4. Now, there are a couple of problems with c4, though. Sorry, with playing b6. And then knight there. Just putting some pressure. Yes, he is. If I go b3, he might try to go. No, but he doesn't have... Is he gonna play queen c3? If he plays queen c3, I'm gonna get very mad. It's a very good move. Oh, he didn't see it, though. Nice. Okay, so now we should be fine. After bishop here. We're sort of okay. Yeah, now we have some initiative. So I'm just gonna go knight here as well. And the rooks are gonna get in the game, and he has to castle. He has to castle soon. And this is a problem for him if he castles. And now we have this, which is threatening this. So he has to do something about it. It's not easy to stop it. Oh, yeah, I can take on a2. I sort of blundered that. Oopsie. But he's still in trouble here. It feels like he's still in trouble. Okay. So really, this is the problem with the cow, right? They can throw some pawns at you, and then you have a bunch of weaknesses. Right, so he goes f6, which it feels wrong as well. Takes, and then e6 is a target. Alright, so let's just take. This is hanging. So bishop takes, queen takes. I don't like that. But, do we have some tactics here? Maybe it's just rook here, right? And then, what do we do? We can take on h5. It depends on what he does. I was looking at this and this, but I don't know. It feels a bit, probably not good enough. But this is a very delicate position for him. Maybe taking on a2 is like the best approach. Oh, he goes there. Now, that's a problem though, because I'm forcing him to defend e6 with bishop c8 maybe. He has bishop c8. You play bishop c8 there. What if I take? Trying to see what to do here. I like bishop takes, you know, but probably queen takes first. I should find a move very soon, but I can't. I can't find it. Let me go here. Just putting 3 pieces here. It should be fine. We take the knight afterwards. Now taking on a2 is irrelevant. Oh, I've offered a queen trade. I'm stupid, bro. Fucking asshole. I didn't even realize that it was a queen trade until it was too late. Stupid fucking idiot. Okay. I read a post. No, it was a TikTok video that I should treat myself with more respect. It's just that I get mad at myself so easily. But I should treat myself with more respect. And it's true, yeah, I should. Let me see if I can if I can do it. Alright, so he's defending everything. Can I go f4? Just sort of crazy. What do you do to stop f4? So yeah, knight here. And oh my days. It's a fucking Scorpio in the curtains. Right? Oh my god. Okay. Alright, so what do we do here? How do we win this? Maybe this move. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's that. I should have seen that. Let's play this, I guess. I can win the... So if I take, rook takes, and then check, isn't that just winning? I'm playing it. It wins the rook. The rook on h8 would be a goner. And now we have a double check. Can I win with that? We have a double check. How do we win this? Check. The king goes here is the only move. And then I take... I can't find the win! Damn it, bruh. Okay, I couldn't find it. I'm wasting too much time. Let me just take it. There's no time. I'm sorry. That is so lame, though. Damn it. Jesus Christ. No. Fuck! I took so long. Oh, I should have won that game, bro. I couldn't find the winning move. And I took so long to play. Okay. Terrible. Terrible start. I think it's the first time that I lose against the cow. Oh no. Alright, we're gonna try to get to 2050 rating in Blitz. We're gonna play for a while, I guess, to pull that off. I gotta focus though, because I'm not playing very well. Ooh. It's a bit weird for him to play it this way. There are a couple of problems when you move the knight a bit too. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Which can you play me? Yes, it's in the viewers' request. Right there. It's in the viewers' wishes. If you want to play me.
Eric Martinez.
Let's just go here, I guess. We have to.
LHYN.
We should go H4, right? We play H5.
Zayden.
Yeah, H5. And we should be fine here. Thank you for the follow, guys. Eric, as well as Lion and Zayden. Sorry if I butcher your name. It's not on purpose. It's just that I'm stupid. No, it's not that I'm stupid. It's just that it's not easy to pronounce them well. Alright, so we take with the knight, and we should be fine.
That okay?
Right, so bro is not castling.
Top.
Now he castled. It's a bit too late. Can I go Queen C8? Maybe B5. Maybe Bishop B6. Yeah, Bishop B6 is better. I like Bishop B6. Let's rook back the bishop. wait. There's gotta be a problem here. No, maybe we just let him take. But then G6 is gonna be super weak. What do we do here? Okay, we go back, I guess. Not really proud of that. Maybe Queen B6? No, maybe Queen A5. Let's go Queen A5. If Knight B3, I can play this. No, that invites him to play F4. How do we do this? I might as well just take this. I know that it's really holdable if I take, and then pawn takes, or maybe queen takes. It depends on what he does. That's a very good move. I like it. Let's bring the other rook. I have a bunch of pressure on. Bro, there is a Scorpio right here in front of me. Do you get to see it? No, let me show. There. Bro is about to kill me. We're gonna leave it there, okay? Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about the Scorpio, bro. Oh, if I play bishop takes, it might be too much. Rook takes, knight takes, rook takes. What do we play here? It's a very tough call. Bishop takes feels incorrect. But at the same time, it feels that this bishop is on the way of what he wants to do, which is putting minor pieces. Right? Alright, let's just go here with the queen. And then we take. And I think this is playable. It feels playable. Stop moving! I'm scared. He's moving around. Only in Brazil. Why is there a scorpion? It's a pet. It's a pet. He's hitting e7. I'm gonna play king f8. Oh, maybe knight f6 was... No, knight f6 no, because he wants to play h5. He goes f4, okay. We have knight here, hitting the rook. And then we play knight takes. Oh, it feels resourceful. We're up on the clock. Okay, let's just take here. And now take this one. Maybe no. Maybe we don't take that one. We play this and f6. Or no? Am I getting cooked if I open this? Bishop a6. So yeah, let's just take. And then we take here. And I can play e5. If he goes g6, we're gonna play bishop f5 also. Yeah, obviously he goes there. Maybe rook here. Just not let him go down. At least not so easily. He wants to play bishop here. Alright, let's go here. If he plays rook f6. Now here. I like my position. It's quite resourceful. I might be wrong though. We'll have to see. Let me take this one too. Okay, so here. Okay. So let's just push, I guess. What do we push? B5? Let's go here. And this. Let's just take this one, I guess. And let's play this. And now f5. Maybe e4. Oh no, e4 is not a bit. Let me try to get this pawn. Okay, if I play this, we have this move. And we keep pushing. Just push P. If we trade, we win. Oh, he thinks. He has no time to do anything else, I guess. Let's go here. Try to get the king out position. Okay, so check. Then we go here. Yeah, it's over. We got him. He has that move. We bring the other pawns. Wonderful chess. Wonderful chess. And where's the Scorpio? It disappeared. I don't know where it is. Oh no.
Thank you. Come again. So I should do the review.
Hey, thank you so much for activating the stickers, but I think they were already activated. Oh, the Scorpio is just not where it was. Oh no.
Far.
Where the fuck is it? Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, GG. It cost. Oh no, it's well, chat. if I'm not streaming tomorrow, you know what happened to me. You just know what happened to me. Brilliant. Yeah, it's probably rook takes c3 or
Prince.
something. And there is a snake, but okay, stop. Stop. All right, so that was a good win.
Real.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you, Real. Thank you for the follow fire as well. Appreciate it. Review. You want me to review that one? Okay. Yes, I guess we could. It was a good game. Well, it felt like a good game, but I might be wrong.
Elvis.
We'll see. We'll see. Elvis, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Thank you.
ERL.
ERL. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So we played with a staggering 88% accuracy. That's actually very decent. And we had a brilliant move as well. Okay, bro was actually cooking. I think it's the adrenaline of seeing a Scorpio. Let's have a look. Oh my god, where is it? He's gone. I can't find him. Alright, so let's see. So there are a couple of things that are key here. Like, I think that knight b3 is a bit premature, yeah. So you shouldn't play it. And rook c8, not that great. And then knight e5 and knight... Oh. So you had to play b5 here? Come on now. Takes, and now white is okay. h5, I think it's a very good move. Even though the engine doesn't like it. You don't really want to let them do this. If they play h5 themselves, they have like very good attacking ideas. You don't want to allow that. So h5, and then after pawn takes, I remember when I was studying the Dragon Sicilian, and the expert, he was an international master, the one who was giving the lesson. The expert said, hey, don't you ever worry about having a knight on h5. It's actually a very good piece on h5. It prevents the push, it prevents white from pushing the pawns, and also it's very active on the dark squares. Alright, so don't worry about the knight on h5. Okay? It's actually perfectly placed, because it's also opening up the bishop. So, since then, I've always played h5. In most positions, it's actually required, and sometimes it isn't, but it's because the engine is just telling you that you're going to be fine, which is hard to believe from a human perspective. When you're being attacked or under pressure, it's very easy to blunder. So, knight h5, just you avoid, h5 and then knight h5, and all those problems are gone. So that's why I play it, because in practical chess, it makes sense to do it. Alright, so queen a5, mistake. I thought about queen b6, but I didn't play because I'm a coward. I saw he goes knight f5, and then it's a discovered attack, and so on and so forth. But queen b6 is usually the move that we have to play. So in this position, knight e2, and then we have to move the queen again. And the queen goes to a3. We're threatening this and this, I guess. And he simply ignores me with this. But now the game is very complicated, and I'm not very familiar with this. Alright, so bishop f6 is something that I miss. It's a good move in this line. Okay, so let's have a look. So this, and then bishop a6, which is a mistake. Rook g5 is 10 times better for... Yeah, and it looks like a very good move. So bishop f6 was better. I took, and then I decided to sack, which is very common. Like, I have had so many brilliants playing rook takes c3. It's just that it's a move that it's required in these positions. You have to do something. You can't just let him keep the attack going without any repercussions. And one thing about compromising the pawn structure like that is the fact that you shouldn't trade queens, first of all. So that was a mistake. You played this check and then you take or something. That was 10 times better. But honestly, I wasn't afraid of this endgame. I thought that this endgame was very good for me. So that's why I went for it. And it's equal. It's really hard for white to do anything. And as you can see, moves that are very natural, such as f4, are mistakes. And now look at these knight. Well, the engine is not surprised, not impressed by my moves. But I like them. Now I'm up a pawn, and my piece activity is very good, I would say. And as soon as I got this bishop, I think I'm doing great. Takes, and then pawn takes, and then the engine prefers king g7. But it's just a minor mistake. We're fine here. This is a very important move, rook g3, because it's just targeting a weakness. This pawn is not an asset for white, it's a weakness. And it should be kept in mind in white's position to some extent. So now king e7, and then we just play bishop e6. And why not taking this pawn as well? And now we're just winning. Even though we're down in exchange, we have a bunch of pawns to to do well. And yeah, he's changing his plan, trying to provoke some weaknesses, but we can simply defend that. And now, yeah, he can take this pawn, but I'm taking this one, right? And after that, we have a very good position. We're just gonna push P now. We have 2 pass pawns, not just one. And white doesn't have a really good plan to do anything against it. So here, and then we just keep pushing P. And yeah, trading rooks now just makes perfect sense. These pawns are way too fast, as you will see. And yeah, also bringing the king before pushing so we can get some opposition. So, yeah, in hindsight, I think it was a great game. Now f6, and then, yeah, the winning plan is just keep pushing P. And checkmate will be delivered. Now, he had to sack the rook there. And maybe try to force a stalemate. That was the best plan for him, probably. Still very slow. But yeah, like, probably in this position. Or maybe instead of pushing the pawn. Oh, look at that, rook. Rook f2. So this move is not playable so easily. Yeah, but still. So yeah, he takes. But he's getting mated anyways, right? He's gonna go here. And you can't take it back. That would be a stalemate. But he's just push. And he's gonna push as well. And that's checkmate. The king is completely box. Alright, good game. Let's play another one. I'm only 1265 elo. It would be a privilege to play. Yes, you can do it. You can. It's in the viewer wishes. All right. In case that's bothering you, so you don't get to see the board so well, there is an option for you to minimize it. Unfortunately, it's a TikTok thing, so I can't move it around. I can't move it on my stream. If it was possible for me to move it, I would put it down below, right? So it doesn't bother you, and you get to see the board. But you can also minimize it, right? So there is an option there. You can click on it, and it's gonna be minimize. Let's play your viewers today. Yes, I'm always willing to play them, but I see it as a commodity. An excellent way for you to support the streamer as well. But yeah. Honestly, I prefer to keep grinding my rating. But if I'm forced to play, I'll do it. Alright. So d4. Let's see, so takes, sure, castle. Bishop e7, very solid and boring. I guess we simply play rook e1 then. Nah, maybe we just get the knight back, the pawn back. If it takes on e5, it's a bit murky. So maybe let's go here. Yeah, there's not a clear way for him to defend the pawn, so we're just gonna take it in the next turn. People just let him grind more entertaining. Exactly, and it's also like, that's also a thing.
Nicholas.
That's also a thing. Alright, so d6. Thank you for the follow, Nicholas. I'm taking on d4 now. Just getting the pawn back. And he has a passive bishop, but that's the only problem that he has in this position. This is very good for black. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's good, but it's very solid. There's nothing I can do. There are 0 tricks here. 0 tricks. And that's why he's playing it, right? Because he basically kills all the tactics. To have a passive bishop like that, I wouldn't say that is recommended, but if you want to be solid, that's what you should do. When was the last tourney? It's been a while since the last time we had a tourney. But that's okay. It's far from being a problem for me to stop with the tourneys. Okay. So let's see. What do we do here? Knight takes is available. Pawn takes. Do I like that plan? Maybe I do. It does compromise the pawn structure. But it's nothing really crazy. Maybe bishop here. Bishop here. Seems correct. Then we just do something like that, I guess. We'll see. By the way, Dr. Mito, thank you for the ladle crown. Thank you, thank you. Yo, bro, but you want to play a game of chess? I am 1300. Yes, it's possible for me to play you, but it's in the viewer's wishes. Okay? If you want to make it official, it's in the viewer wishes. Damn, this guy is so boring. Alright, let's just take. Let's try to target the pawn on e6. I don't know exactly how we're going to do that. Maybe pawn here. 95. Takes. We're going to be up a miter there. So we're gonna try to target the pawn on e6. That's gonna be the main idea here. So you go c5, which seems to be a mistake. But why? Hmm. Do I have a crazy tactic? I think that I don't. Alright, let's go here. But then he has knight. Damn it, bro. You play knight here. Takes, pawn takes. No, let's go here. It's very, very... I might have blundered that. Because if I take the knight, he's gonna take on g5. Oh, the game got very complicated. If he plays knight here, am I forced to take that one? Or I can take on e7. If he plays knight takes, I'm winning. But there's another line where he takes my queen. And then I take his queen, and then he takes on c7. And that's on c2, sorry. And that's a problem. Oh, but he went this way. Yeah, we have to take. Now is really meh. We took a bishop, though. And then we can take this one, too. So he has to take. And then I take, and the rook is hanging. And the knight will be hanging as well. So it was a blunder. We're gonna be up a pawn. And actually he didn't take on f2 as well. Ah, come on, bro. Oh, he's also threatening this. That fucking sucks. He's gonna take on f2. There's nothing I can do about it. Alright, let's just go for it. Damn it, bro. At least when he takes, he's taking with the knight. So it is sort of a problem taking with the knight, right? Is it? Yes, because I can play this and the knight is going to be trapped. If I play h3. I'll try to trap the knight. If he takes on f2. Because if he takes with the rook, he's losing because I'll play h3. But if he takes with the knight, I have h3, and then the knight suddenly doesn't have any squares. He can sack on h3, but then I'll be up a minor for 2 pawns. Still really, really hard to win. I mean, not really hard, but you have to grind this. Oh, I sort of like it. Let's see if it takes on f2. Probably he won't. He's been so careful. And if he doesn't take, I'm just going to play f3 and kick the knight out. And then we're going to try to bring the other rook. Or we can just bring the rook immediately. That's also an option, because taking on f2 is just not available. So we don't have to guard it. We don't have to guard something that's just not there, right? Then we bring the other rook, and then rook e7, and I like my position. And he's getting down on the clock. 1 minute down. Be careful. Yeah, I'll try to be careful. He's done a great job. And I think that he could have complicated the game a bit more. With queen takes, or knight takes e3 would have been a better try, probably. No, I think that the key move there was knight d5 instead of knight g4. Believe it or not, it changes a lot. Because the knight is also protecting the bishop.
Brahmachodori.
But then here, when the knight was here, I don't know. We're gonna check this out. But I think that knight d5 was the move for him to be okay. Alright, so he brings the other rook, which makes perfect sense. Let's play f3. I had to play it now because I don't want to get back rank mated. We're gonna play f3 and bring the other rook. Oh, he goes there? I guess like his idea is to play something like... very active chess, I don't know. But the good news is that I can bring my rook back. Now she's offered a trade. And there is very little for him to do here, apart from rook here. Just playing knight takes. And it's a very comfortable position. If you ask me, this is not good for him. Alright, let's go here now. Just keep kicking the knight away. And now, let's play this. Alright, so now we have no weaknesses. Let's bring the rookie. Let's bring the rookie. And he has no time to do anything. Now, let's target the pawn. Okay, good. Honestly, super boring. It was a very boring game, but we got the best of him, right? We tried to complicate the game with e5, and he turned out to be okay. I guess that's the takeaway here. But yeah, bishop e7. When they play bishop e7, it's like, such a dry game. But e5, I think that bishop e6 is also probably a mistake. We're gonna have a look at that also. Because, I didn't have to do that way. Because if they go e6, the pawn on e6 is weak. Bishop e6 and then takes, and the pawn on e6 was a target. But I think he could have defended better. If he goes knight e5, I didn't see a single problem in black's position. But it was a great game. We did well. We played with 90% accuracy. 90% accuracy is very good. It's very good, especially for those dry positions. So we sort of understood what we were supposed to do. Still, let's have a look. So, knight c4 takes, and yeah, bishop e7. Boring. But yeah. It's very passive, but at the same time, there's very little for you to do. Here, takes, knight c3. What is the best move here? That's something that I want to know. Oh, yes, a4. I miss a4. Oh, I always play a4. Why did I not do it this time? I guess it's because it's simply not available just yet. But, yeah, you should always play a4. You don't want him to expand on the queen side like that so easily. And then bishop e6. Inaccuracy, right? You take, and then e6 becomes a target. That was my reasoning here. And yeah, I should target the pawn immediately with queen c4. But I thought that this was also very disruptive. But in the end, in the long run, after seeing the moves that black can play, e5 is rush. It feels a bit rush. So you should exploit the fact that this pawn is a weakness immediately. If he goes d5, we're fine. Right, which is take. And then after takes, this is better for white. So he can't play that. Maybe b5 is a better attempt, but then he loses the pawn. So yeah. c4 immediately next time. I'll try to remember that. So yeah, I play this. And then c5 is a mistake. Why? Oh, c4 again? But then he plays d... I was afraid of doing this. Because then he's going to go here. And if he plays that, what do we do? And now we go here. I guess that now it's because this square is simply... Ah, it's completely pinned. The knight is pinned. Oh, that is so clever. It didn't even cross my mind. And now the knight is pinned. If he moves away, I'm taking the bishop. So what do you do here? The only move is this, but it's already down a piece. And it's so crushing that you don't have to take it immediately because the knight is not going anywhere. You play rook e1. Okay. That is top chess, I would say. Those are the top engine moves. Okay. So, very instructive though. So d5 is not a problem. So yeah, look at this. This is what I was saying. What I was saying. Knight e5, 10 times better than knight g4. So you play this. I took, and this is winning for white. Because after takes and then takes, knight f2 is simply a blunder, right? He played the best move, which is rook d8. Because if he takes with the knight, we have h3, right? h3, and the knight is sort of trapped. So now he has to play rook f7, trying to guard the knight that way, right? But that is just wasting time. Now we don't go ahead. We're not trying to get the knight anymore. We're trying to activate our pieces. So it takes. It's a blunder, right? Because then the knight will be hanging. So we go here, and now this is pinned. We're gonna take, and then we're gonna go here, I guess. Trying to get the knight. But yeah, the knight's gonna be a goner. Alright. So in the game, what happened? So he played this, and then f3. f3, very important move. And then rook there. Oh, I should have taken. Why did I not take? Because I saw this. I was concerned about this. Yeah, I remember that. But we have knight here. Very resourceful. Very resourceful indeed. So he takes on g2. He only has 22 seconds though. So king f1. And then he takes here, I guess. Yes. So if we take, he has a check and he takes the... But we're gonna be up a knight in the end. So that's why the engine wants you to play this. Because in the end, you're still up a knight. Okay. Well, of course I didn't see that. This is quite interesting sometimes. I guess. Alright, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing. Yeah, sometimes it is very interesting. That game, I don't think it was, though. Alright, so we have a Chilean guy. Just like me. Let's see how prepared he is for the Sicilian defense. I would say that the Sicilian defense in Chile is very popular. When I went to tourneys, when I used to go to tournaments in Santiago, and people were highly prepared for it. Like this guy is playing the best line, or one of the most annoying ones, with bishop c4. And he's doing a great job so far. Okay, that's the first weird move. It's a bit strange, but I guess it's playable. I'm gonna play with the pawn. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm not so sure. I am not so sure. Okay, d5 maybe? Let's play d5. And pink. Now the bishop moves away. I could play e6, so we consolidate. Yeah, we're gonna play it. And maybe then queen a5. I like this. There's one little problem is that the knight might be trapped. So I guess we go here, unpin it first. I wonder what he's trying to do here. Alright, let's try to attack him like this. Yeah. I don't think this is that scary, though. I think it's okay. Let's go here. I'm gonna weaken this. That's the idea. And then we play this. And that's a blunder. I think he rushed a bit. So we're gonna take with the bishop. And then we have rook c4 hitting the bishop. As well as the pawn on h4. If we take that pawn, we're winning. As you can see now, black's attack is really difficult. And we can get the knight in the game now. And knight f4. So I'm eager to play it. Maybe there's a better move though. Maybe queen b6. This bishop is doing very little for him. I'm trying to see what to do here and be accurate. I like knight f4. Should I play knight f4? Maybe queen b6. Queen b6 first. Trying to get the queen very active. Oh, did I allow a sack? I sort of did. But I think we have some defensive resources there. Yeah, if he takes, I'm not concerned. I can play knight g8. He's hitting my rook. I have rook h2, rook h3. Rook h2 is a bit more active. And then maybe queen f2 is also a move. We'll see. At this very moment, this feels a bit scary. It's a bit scary for sure, yeah. Queen f2 takes. It is a bit dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, because he's threatened this, right? Okay. King h7. I like it. He defends everything very well. Oh, my rook is hanging. I completely forgot about the rook. I lost. I forgot about the rook. It's over. If he takes the rook, it's over. If he plays something else, we can win. Oh, he didn't see it. That's crazy. Why? He wants to play bishop here? That's a mistake. We have this now. We're fine. He should have taken the rook. He would have won there. But he didn't see it. He was only looking at this and sacking on g6. But now he's just at loss in fields. And this is not good for you. I have a check. I can give you another one. But I'm taking and open up the king. Let me go. I have a mate now. Oh, that was a crazy game. Maybe we do not deserve to win that one. Claudia, thank you for the 2 roses. Yeah, we do not deserve to win this one because we did blunder the rook on h2. It's just that that's a very good move from him. Queen e5. Because it does 2 things. It threatens rook takes g6, which seems to be crushing. It's just winning on the spot if it takes on g6. And it's also hitting the rook. So when he plays queen e5, the game is over. If he understands, right? If he's able to understand that he's also hitting the rook. But he was only looking at this. And I don't really blame him. Because usually you blunder. In chess, you usually blunder because there is a move that... It's a move that you don't get to see very often. Like a rook on h2 in a Dragon Sicilian, it's a bit uncommon. It's a bit uncommon. So yeah. Now hand the rook again. Yeah, I'll try, but I can't promise you anything. I might be able to do it again. Okay, let's have a look. Should we review this one? Nah, maybe not. Let's just keep playing. And yeah, that's what happens when you blunder. It's usually a move that you didn't consider because you're not used to seeing it. Right? And that's why your brain didn't process that you have to make the adjustment there. Hello, Blank. How you doing, bro? All right, let's play another one. If we win this one, we're going to end the stream. Because we're going to get to 2015. If we don't, we keep playing. Another Sicilian. Many e4 players today. I love to see it. Every time that people play e4 against me, I do well. Or for the most part, like my win rate is very good in comparison to d4. When they play d4, it's 50-50. If not sometimes 45 to 55 or worse. So, happy to see this. I'm happy to see it. Knight f3 runs into problems, right? You can play bishop g4. Oh, he has that. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's a move. What about this move? Now hitting the bishop. Yeah, he goes back. I have this now. Still trying to cause trouble. He's defending very well. Alright, let's play this. And the bishop has to drop back. It has to drop back here. Maybe bishop e6 was a little bit better. Sort of a blunder there, maybe. Just maybe. Maybe queen h5 was okay. Alright, let's go here. So if he plays bishop h6, which is drop back, we don't lose the dark square bishop, which in this position is not that important. But then again, we don't have to let him get it. We really don't have to. Okay, so f4. Not afraid of f4. I think it's meh. Queen e2. That's a bit crazy. I think that's a blunder. Is it a blunder? I have this now. Taking on c2. Ah, he wants to go here, maybe, right? Is that really dangerous? It might be a little bit, yeah. But just a little bit. I don't think it's that much of a problem. Yeah, we took on c2. The question is, can I take somewhere else? I do have some tactics. I can play this, and then knight g4, hitting the queen, and I can get the bishop. I like that. I think I'm gonna play it. Knight here, and then knight g4, and then I take that knight. Sorry, that bishop. Should I go for it? Maybe no. Maybe yes. I really don't know. Alright, let's play it, just because it's sort of crazy. Alright, so now we go here. You could take here, I sort of missed that. But taking this, oh. Ah, but that's not good. I mean, he's trying to get this, but I'm defending that. I just realized that the knight is defending f7. Good. Good. Okay. Now bishop c6 is on the menu. Well, if it takes on b7, I can play this also. I'm pinning the rookie. He goes f4. f5, sorry. Let's go bishop here. Get the queen out of the way. And now we can play bishop here, right? Bishop here. Pinning. Okay. Let's just take first. We have queen b6 as well, but no, we're not going to play it yet. Okay, so we have a check. Let's try some queens now. It feels like a good idea. Because now we can play knight takes. Sorry, bishop takes. He has this, though. I sort of missed that. Oh, he drops back. I'll drop back as well. Alright, this is getting funny. Can I take on g2 now? It's a bit funny because bro run into the same tactic twice. Alright, so he's trying to put pressure here, but it's not really worth it if you ask me. We want a bunch of pawns for it. And now we're just gonna block this with a knight check. And maybe e6. Yeah, he has nothing. I like it. He has nothing. And we're up on exchange. Yeah, this should be in the back. I might be able to blunder this still, but it shouldn't be that simple. Alright, so he wants to play knight f6. That's the only thing that he's threatening. I could take and try to activate the rookie. Yeah, I sort of like that. So we're gonna play it. Takes. And then we go here. And whatever it is that you're trying to invent or come up with looks a bit bad. So let's go here. And now I guess we can target the pawn, right? We're gonna play knight here. Hitting this pawn. And if he doesn't take with the bishop, we're gonna take it anyways. Because we have another tactic. Another tactic right here. Yeah. Okay, good. Nice. A bunch of tactics to win a couple of pawns here and there. Not a bad game. Could have taken the rook way back when. What? Is that a comment from the previous game? Alright, let's have a look at this one. That was the last game of the stream. Because I wanted to get to 2050 and we did very well today. I don't think we lost. Did we lose a game? I don't think we did. Bro was basically cooking. Oh yes, we did lose one. This one. Against this guy. What happened here? I got flagged. I remember that. Yeah. Painful flagging. Okay. So 88, 90% accuracy. What about this one? And no, I can't check them on this account. So it was some good chess, I would say. I played sort of decent chess. Sort of decent chess, huh? How long did it take you to get to 2K rating? I think that the biggest wall was when I was 1800. Like, I remember that it took me a while. I was 1700, and to get to 1800, it was a hard breakthrough. But then after I got there, getting to 2000 didn't take me long. It didn't take me long, to be honest.
Roman.
But now I'm hard stuck at 2000. In 2000, I think that if I played to the best of my ability, I should be like a 2200 rated player. But I'm far from it. I'm so inconsistent. But I can score really good wins against 2400s from time to time, you know. It's just that my chess is very inconsistent. Right now, I'm doing good. I'm playing well. To some extent, I'm doing well. But then in the next day, I'll play horrible. And it has to do with what I said. When they play e4 and I get into the Sicilian defense, I'm a very strong player. When I play the Sicilian defense, I do well. I have a lot of resources and I'm very tactical. So if you're not careful with your attack, you might run into trouble facing me. But if you play d4, that is a 50-50. You can beat me very easily when you play d4. Or not. It's just that it's just that it doesn't mean that I'm not prepared to face d4, but I'm definitely weaker. A weaker player when it comes to d4 openings. Okay, so that's a blunder, you see? I mean, a stronger player would have found a way to punish me here. I couldn't. Takes. And I guess that the problem here... Oh, that's a crazy move. Oh, how many of you would have seen this? That's so good because takes and then check and then he takes the... Well, it's not only that, it's just that I had to take on f2, right? But then he takes on b7 and he gets away. So the knight is not going to be trapped. And in this position, this knight is trapped. So you had to take here so you can save this knight. So pawn takes, and then you take on e4. But if you count the material, you're down a minor. Oh my days, that would have been crazy. It didn't even cross my mind that was a move. Now we're fine. Now we're fine. And now it's just taking defend on f7. And then bishop c6. And yeah, now it's okay. I should have gone e6, I get the... But this simplification, I only did this because it's winning. Yeah, I should have taken on f7. I take on g2. It's funny. It's really funny. Okay, so check. Yeah, the best move is to take that knight, because the knight is too strong, yeah, I agree. And then pawn up, neither. And then we take here. He could have taken here, maybe, right? That would have been a little bit better. Thanks. But then there is a bunch of trades, and we have a pass pawn. Okay, and now h3 is going to be a target. We're going to try to play rook h8. So yeah. 1 year ago, you were stuck at the same elo. Yeah, it's just that I haven't studied chess. I haven't taken it so seriously. And every time I played the tournament, the Untitled Tuesday tournament, I lost like 40 rating points. So I gained 40 rating points during the week, and I lose 40 rating points in one day playing Untitled Tuesday. Right there, the rook. When? No, I think that the crazy thing that we missed right here is the move queen takes h8. That was insane. That would have been so demoralizing. Is that a real heart rate monitor or on the screen? Yes, it is. I have it right here. It's right here. Oh, I disconnected. Now it's not real because I just disconnected the heart rate monitor. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. With the light square bishop. When? What are you talking about? Well, whatever it is that you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Os.
How's it going with the Scorpio? Bro, I have no idea what it is. Probably it's waiting for me to go to bed. Okay, chat. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye. See ya.